Hello, this is Mrs. Sims, and I'm here. I'm going to help you with your science project that you've been assigned on the solar system. It's about space, the final frontier. Now, you have been learning in science all about the solar system and the different characteristics of the inner, the terrestrial, and the outer, the gas planets. And your teachers have narrowed it down for you since that's such a broad topic. And they've given you Mars. And they wanted you to tell them about the characteristics of Mars, okay? Such as the landforms, the surface, the composition, the atmosphere, the moons, the orbit, all of that. To help you, this is your introduction. I've written it a little bit for you just to give it jazz you up, okay? Get you pumping. And I've also highlighted for you the main parts that you have to remember to look for, what you are researching for, okay? And along the way, I've given you hints, okay, to help you as you're going. This is a little tiny, helpful reminder, and it's giving you little places that you can go to help you with your research. Hey, if you notice in the background, that is a picture taken from the Mars rover Opportunity. It is so cool. Okay, sorry. Okay, now, in our library, okay, when you go, you can immediately type in Mars, and you're going to have some solar system books pop up, and you're going to have Mars, okay? Focus on the Mars ones, okay? In fact, just type in Mars. Mars is going to be in the Dewey Decimal of 523.43 because that's the solar system, all right? I have pulled the books for you already, and then I've given you a little tiny blurb underneath telling you what that book is going to be about. Look at the date, okay? Ours is kind of outdated. It's still going to give you some idea of quick facts, and it's also going to still be relevant on being able to tell you what the surface looks like and what the composition of the planet is and the atmosphere. Okay, so it's still going to give us good information. Just, know that there's other current information. All right, I've also pulled 2 fiction books for you. I know you're like, wait, fiction? It's kind of false, Miss Sims, but remember, you can also have facts inside of fiction. These do have facts because they've researched it, and they're like, okay, I can't give you total incorrect and accurate stuff in order to make my book seem, realistic. So they do know about the fact that the atmosphere has too much carbon dioxide in it, and that's why we can't live there. And they do talk about, the atmospheric pressure and the different gravity. So they do talk about things that are true. All right, and again, I've given you a little hint here, and it's all about the fact that the, fiction. All right, when you go to look up either online in the website with the internet or our databases, these are the words you should use. Okay, for your Mars rovers, you can look up these. These are 4 of the most popular rovers. Now, be careful, and the reason why is if you just put in Mars, you're going to get things coming up like Martians, Mars Candy Bar. National Geographic has a new TV show out called Mars. Okay, so you really have to pay attention. Look at the little website blurb and description belowhand to make sure that it's relevant to your project. In our database, I know you're used to going to books first, and that's quite okay. Don't forget your database. Go to your database, because if you look, our books up there were 2000, 2009, 2013. Look at our database. Okay, we have them from 2016. Go to our databases. That's going to give you articles. They're still going to be in kid-friendly terms for you. They're still going to be in words that you understand. Okay, I've pulled some of them. I've given you description. Britannica, it's an encyclopedia. It's information on all subjects, as is facts on file. So just in case you ever have to do a report on something else. Our Science Flicks, of course, is going to deal with science. True Flicks, this is a great book to use because as you're reading, if you want them to read it for you, there's a button there. There's web links. You click on. It's very interactive. So this is a good book to use right here. All right, now remember to get into our database. Go to the home page, the library home page, click on the Mackinvia website icon, and then I've told you right here how to access and get in. Remember, if you don't remember to click on the Mackinvia and you're like, I just want to go to TrueFlix on my own, here's the password cheat sheet. It's on the web page as well. You're going to the internet. I would stick with the database because the fact that you know the information is credible, you know it's true, and you know it's educational value. If you need to go out to the website or to the internet, go ahead. Look for NASA government. That's the way to go. That's why one of the keywords I have up there is Mars plus NASA. This will make sure that you have information that you need, okay, and that it's credible, it's reliable, and it's authentic, because this is their job. This is their job, okay? These first two, well, actually first three, I'll put in kid-friendly terms, and they've made it amazing, okay? These are not like the websites that were back done in, the early 2000s. No, these are some cool ones, okay? I have some that are like a news channel that you can sit there and look to see what exactly they're looking at in space right this second. There's one that talks about what the weather is like today on Mars, okay? There's lots of them. They give you images, they give you videos. This one right here tells you tweets, talks about the moons. I've given you the links. I've given you a brief description on it. Again, these are great, okay? Some of these also talk about Mars rover. That might get a little bit overwhelming because you're like, oh, Mrs. Sims, I only need a couple facts. Look back at the Mars rovers. One, it's cool just to see what the Mars rover images are like, what they're bringing to you. Also, it's going to give you a good idea of exactly what they're doing, okay? Because this one right here, it shows you also, let me skip down, okay? In one of these videos, this video right here of the Curiosity rover, okay, they've taken the past 4 years and condensed it into 2 minutes. You can give up 2 minutes of your life, okay? And it's pretty cool because it shows you exactly the pictures that the Mars rover took, and it's giving you an idea of exactly what it looks like, what the land looks like, which is, gives you a better background, makes you feel like you're really there, will help you on your report, especially whenever you go to present it to everybody, so that you're able to be like, yes, here, let me give you some, a little bit of oomph, a little bit of creativity in there. Okay, here are the resources for videos. Again, a lot of these are NASA based or NASA produced. The ones that are not, I've already researched them for you to let you know that they truly are credible, because I don't want to send you out there. Some of them are real quick that just tells you 10 facts. There you go. Don't use just the 10 facts. Please use some of these other ones. You're going to learn they were amazing. Here's a prezi that this young lady did. She did a remarkable job. She tells you exactly what the atmospheric pressure is like. She tells you the landforms. This might be something that you can look at to consider whether you want to do a prezi for yourself or not, and what's one way that you can set it up. She did a great job. So this might be an example of something you want to do, but by all means, do something else. Okay. Cool thing that NASA has started doing is they've gotten on social media. Okay. They have blogs. They're engineers, they're scientists, they're astronauts. They've all started having blogs of their own. Bill Nye has his own blog about NASA. Okay, then you have the social media. If you click on that one, you can sign up for their tweets, their Facebooks, their Snapchats, all of that. What's really great is, one, you'll see other people ask questions and you can pick up on them. You can ask questions yourself. Okay, another great resource. Remember, nobody has actually landed on Mars, so do not make yourself sound silly and ignorant. Do not ask them, oh, when you were on Mars. No, nobody's been there. Okay, you can ask them questions about the Mars rover. Okay, if you go to the public library, remember the library closest to us is the Freeman Libraries. When you're looking things up on the library webpage, it's going to show you. Okay, I want to show you real quick when you're at the public library, whenever it pops up, okay, for when you're researching, whenever you're looking up a book, it's going to come something up like this. Remember, I told you that 523.43 in our library is going to deal with Mars and the solar system. Same thing about in the public library, because that Dewey Decimal System, it's the same throughout any library you'll ever go to. So it's still going to be 523.43 wherever you're at. Now look, okay, it's telling you all the information. Here's your information on it. This right here is what you need to pay attention to, okay, because this is telling you where the library is at. Okay, so if you look down, we are at Freeman Library. Make sure this is the library you're at. Freeman Library, how many copies there are, the material, it's a book, and the location. Okay, so make sure it's in the Freeman Library. And the ones that I found you, they're in the Barber Bush branch, okay, or the Bear Creek. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to ask the librarian to help you. They're more than happy to help you. To please, if they could, put in for you to request the book to be sent to you. This is a great one right here because of all the visuals that it will offer you and the images, and it's a really good one. But remember, when you're looking, make sure it says Freeman Library. That's the library that we are at. Okay, in their database, they also have magazine and journal articles. These are ones that are set up. They're in kid-friendly terms. They're very brief, and these are the ones that I've gotten for you. Okay, if it asks you for an AN number, that's this number right here. This is a quick link, okay? It's underneath my account. If it will not let you access it, you need to have your library card and your library pass number, and then you just put in this AN number right there, and that'll take you to the magazine or journal article. Okay, here's some people from the website, the very first website that I gave you. These are some people you can contact with questions. Or remember, we are here at a lot of your friends, their parents and their relatives work at NASA. A lot of them will be working or at Boeing. A lot of them are engineers that have worked on Mars rovers projects or the different jet propulsion. I myself know some. If you want to, those are great resources that we can talk to. Okay, and they can tell you more about the different rovers that have been sent up, the data that has been brought back from it. You know, they can tell you about, you know, the images. They can even probably show you the images that the picture took that you won't find online. Okay. Here's an article for you. This is a nice article. Okay. If anything, go to the article, look at the photograph, look at the diagrams they have for you, read the captions, because this is an amazing one. Because see this right here? This is the goalie that they're talking about. Okay, and this rover that's there is taking you along the edge of this canyon, and they compare the canyon to the Grand Canyon, saying it's much larger. So this is something else that you can do when you're looking at the different photographs and the images from the different rovers, the different Mars rovers that have been there. This is going to give you an idea of the different landforms that they have there. So be sure to pay attention to your captions. You can get a lot of information from your captions. Okay, if you need any help, I've given you this Pathfinder to help you along your way. And remember, I've highlighted what you need to specifically look at. And I've given you some hints, and I've taken you step by step, some different resources, and I've already pulled them for you. If you get overwhelmed, just take one or two, peruse them, and then pull out information. Okay? Don't think you have to look at everything. If you need help, I'm here. If you need help, I'm more than happy to. Okay? All right. Good luck and have a great time.